This session will take you through importing images into SketchUp and easily being able to scale them. First of all, you need to locate the image that you're looking at bringing into SketchUp. So you do that simply by going to the File drop-down menu at the top, click on File, go about halfway down to Import, click on Import, and you'll notice a dialog box comes up similar to most software programs that you're actually using. You might find though when you do this the first time that under Files of Type that it will actually be set up as the default setting, which are SketchUp files. For this exercise, the type of file we're looking for will be a JPEG file. So if you go down to the bottom to Files of Type and click on the arrow and down to about halfway down select JPEG. Now I've already located them on my computer and it's one of the 6 up here. You'll be directed to the place that you need to locate them at the appropriate time. Over on the right hand side you'll notice we've got a number of options. We can either, this is once we've selected our image, so the one we're looking for will be house plan, so I'll click on house plan and you'll see that it's still displayed on the side and in the preview area. Down the bottom you have 3 options, either use as an image, use as a texture, or use as a new match photo. Over the course of the semester we'll be looking at all of those, but for today's exercise you're going to be using it specifically as an image. So just ensure that use as an image is checked. So let's go through it. We've got house plan, it's a JPEG, and we're going to use it as an image. Once all those 3 things are in place, just click Open. When you'll notice when it comes in, it is actually connected to the end of your cursor, so you actually need to place it somewhere in the model space. So if you just, probably the easiest place is to go to the intersection of all the axes, which is the origin, and click there, and you'll notice when you drag it out it's sort of half horizontal, half diagonal, depending on the way your page is set up. Once you get it to about that size, just click again and you'll see that it's locked into position. Now, when you consider part of your job is going to be to trace over this, you need to be looking down on it perfectly from the top. Now, we've got a couple of options. We can go up the top to select our orbit tool and rotate it by eye and with a bit of guesswork, but even when you think you've got it right, you don't necessarily have it exactly right. The easy way to do it is go up to where it says camera at the top, in the toolbars up the top, click on camera, and you need to do this twice, down to standard views, and the first thing you do is select top. So that's going to give you the top down view. Click on that and it'll select top. Now you notice that our axes at the moment are sort of, if I zoom out, they're in perspective. What we need it to be is virtually a 2D flat image in front of your face. So you go to camera again and select parallel projection, like so. Now with top and parallel projection selected, you've got a perfect 2D view looking straight down on the house plan. Now what we have to do before we start drawing it or anything, we actually have to get it to scale, because we want your drawing to be to the scale of these rooms. It's a very, very simple process. I suggest that possibly you select one of the rooms to scale, because if you scale one of the rooms, or in this case one of the walls as I'll show you, it will actually scale the whole image. Now it's very easily done. So let's all try the garage. If we all scale it by the same thing, it'll probably work quite easily. So if you zoom in on the garage, and don't forget you can zoom in and out using the wheel on your mouse. It's the easy way to do it. So if you zoom in so that the garage virtually fills the screen. Now a couple of things here. You've been supplied with the dimensions of the rooms. On a house plan, when you are supplied with the dimensions of the rooms, they're talking about the measurements of the inside floor space. So it's going to be inside wall to inside wall. The wall that we're going to be utilising will be this wall in the garage to scale it, which we know is 5.35 metres long, or don't forget you would have set up your template in millimetres, which is going to be 5,350 millimetres. Now at the moment, if you go up the top again to the toolbar and you see the tape measure tool, which we've looked at before, click on the tape measure tool and say we're going to do a measure of this particular garage wall and see what size we've got it at the moment. I have a tendency to zoom right in where the two black lines, two black edges meet, like so. Zoom out again and then go up on the green, in this case it'll be on the green axis, right up into that corner, and click there. And you can see down in this bottom corner it's given you a measurement of 1,549.9 millimetres, which is about the third the size that it should be. Just press escape so you're not locked in. Now what we want to do is change that to 5,350 millimetres. So again, if you scroll in using the wheel on your mouse and click where the two darker lines are intersecting, scroll out again, go up to where the top lines are intersecting, and notice you make sure that the line stays green, and again you pick that point where the two lines intersect. There is going to be a millimetre out here and there, but in the whole scheme of things it's not going to have a massive difference. You click there and straight away take your hand off the mouse. We know that room had to be 5,350 long, so you type in 5350, and when I said type it in I just mean type it, then press enter. Straight away SketchUp will ask you, do you want to resize the model? And you say yes, and it will actually resize not just the garage but the whole model. So you click yes and then zoom out, and you'll find that your model has been resized. Now as I said, there's going to be a little bit of difference in this, because you can see we're guesstimating this, but if we go back to this corner with our measuring tool and go up to the top again, as close as we possibly can on the green, click, and it'll see it's going to be pretty close to the 5,350. In this case it's 5,348, 5,349. So it's pretty well around the mark, because you have to remember what you're doing with this is it's actually going to be a design exercise as opposed to a very particular working drawings exercise. So now you have scaled your house plan to the size as highlighted in the room sizes in the rooms. Now's a good time to just do a file, save as, and with mine I've called it House Video 1, but if you just call it House Plan and press save, mine I already had it there, so I'm going to go yes, replace the old one, yours will just save it. So now your house plan's in there, it's scaled to size, and it will be ready for the next part of the exercise.